Hello there, it's time for another happy hour. So I have all these little cards that I have cut out and folded to go with all of these little envelopes that I have ready to go to the seniors. I just need to finish stamping on them, but I had all of these stickers that went on them. So there were enough to put on, one on each one, so that's pretty cool. Alrighty, so I figured I'd work on these little cards, and I'm going to start out with these. I'm going to make all of these into cards, so that'll be nice. Alrighty, and yes, I will attach this video on how to make these. Alrighty, so first things first, let's pull out the whole piece, and we'll start out with this one, since it's at the top. Alrighty, that'll be nice. Alrighty, so I'm thinking I need something along the edge, and this is the, let's see, this one and this one. These are both have the envelope insides on it, so I can do two of these with more envelope insides. That would be fun. Why not? That'll match. I know I've got some strips or something in here. And I'm looking in my black scrap container. It's rather full. I'm surprised. That's really cool looking. All right, let me see. Don't I have some smaller, thinner strips in the bottom somewhere? Ooh, there's a thin strip. That'll fit on one of them. Because I shove everything in here. Oops, there's another thin one. Perfect. All right. Rather than cutting more, I may as well go ahead and use the ones that are cut already. So there, I've got these two pieces, so we can put these on. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start out with these. I don't know why I always put it to the left. I think that's goes back to, because I can write with right or left. So, but in school, they used to want me to use my right hand for some reason. I used to be able to write neater with my right hand. Now I write a lot neater with my left hand because I have to write slower with my left hand because I've been writing with my right hand for so many years. Except for when I do puzzle books. Then I always use my left hand for some reason. I don't know why. Alrighty, so that's there. Now this needs something on the back of it. But let's put this piece on because that'll match that. I love this, the challenge of making different size cards. So it's always fun to do something different here. All right, that's perfect. And that can go on there. All right, now this has pink, so let's look at our pink bag. Here's pink. What do I have pink that'll go on here? Oh, let's see. Pink flower piece, but that's a big piece. Oh, this is red. Why did I put red in here? That should be in with the red stuff. Go back in there. All right. Is that another red? Yes, that goes in with the red. Ooh, we've got kissy lips. What else? I've got this piece. Oh, that would look not very good with that. 1, 2, 3. But it would look okay with that if I put it in the middle. So if I cut 3 strips with this, let's do that. Let's make this work. Yep, we are definitely going to make this work. All right, cut these words off. There, and that can be used as a white scrap on the opposite side. And let's see, cut it right down where the fold is there. That'll work. All right, and then I'm going to do this one. Perfect. All right, now let's see what we've got here. All righty, so this could actually go over here, or in there, or on the inside. And in the meantime, this can go here, and that will fit perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So we need to cut these off. These are 3 1/4, so at 3. Let's cut these down to 3 inches. There. And there. And there. Oh, silly me, I should have just stuck them together and then just cut the whole bottom off, and then I could use this for a art trading card. That's okay. I'm going to save that anyway. So that's what I'm going to do with it. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and tape these together. I'll have these dots. Do I want to do that, or do I want to just lay it down? I just want to lay it down. Whoops. Yeah, okay. Hearts are going this way. So if I put it down, oh, there is perfect border around that. Wow, I couldn't have done that any better. All right, so let's do that then. Let's go ahead and glue this down. Nice. And this will show you how easy it is to start out with an embellishment and then just pull from the colors. Because that had pink on it, pink and black, and this definitely has lots of pink. So that's good. All right, that's nice. Little kissy lips. Alrighty, and then that can go on here. That'll be fun. So let's do it, but I think I want to 3D it up. Or do I want to leave it flat and use these for the, well, but this is just, no, that has the thingy inside. All right, I'm going to have to do some of these flat and some of them not. All right. Just go for it. Do it the way you want to, Barb. Thank you. Thank you for the permission. Oops, right there. Oh, that's right. I cleaned my scissors off and I forgot to put some chapstick on it before they get all goopy again. There. This is a very old chapstick, so I wrote on it, so I know that's the one that I need to use. Yep. All right. Smells funky. Definitely has a smell to it, that's for sure. Alrighty. Joy. That's cute. I like that. That's a cute little card. All right, we've got one done, and then I could put these together too. So let's go ahead and tape these together. And I should have regular, oh, I've got masking tape. Here, I can use this. This little bit that's sitting right there saying use me. There we go. I've got a piece of Scotch tape I can use. There, ta-da. So that can be used for something else. All right, put that back in with the scraps. All right, we've got one card done. Now this one has purple, so let's put the pink away. And let's look for purple. Oh, whoops, that goes here, Barbara. Pink. All right, now we need purple. So we need purple background. Ooh. There's purple background with flowers and the letter B, but I don't want the letter B. But I could cut that off. Yes, I can. I can get it right there and use that piece. That would be pretty. I could put that on and then put this on. Then I'll just have to go around that. That would be fun. Let's do that. I just want to try to use up a bunch of little bits and pieces. So whatever I've got, I'm going to go for. If it matches, it matches. And I can always, I like to do the little bits and piece cards because you could always add more. So see that's there, and that's okay by itself, but I could add more to it, which I like that idea. Now this will be good, but I need to go around the edges with purple. And where'd that purple marker go? Right there. It's amazing. You can go around just the slightest little edge, and then watch what happens when I lay this down. You'll see that purple, and it shows up. So see it? You don't really see it here, but as soon as I put it on, then you can see that little tiny highlight that goes around. I love that. All right, and this, I think I'm just going to go ahead and put it down like that. Why not? Voila. Turn it sideways just to line that up a little bit, like so. There. That's cute. All right, that'll work for now. Now we can do the next one. Let's see. All righty, we've got this nice big one, and this one is pink, and see, and this is where I get those little itty bits of tape from, because I tape all these on there. And this has pink, and the flag, the American flag, and gold. I bet I've got some gold. Let's see. Oh, I do. I've got some brown and gold. Okay. Let's see. What do I have? All right, I do have this gold right here, which is just some scraps. So let's cut that. This is just too long. I need to move this back where it was. If I line it up on the one, that fits so much better. I was cutting some things that were 8.5 inches, so I had to move my extension down a little. There. There and there. All right. Now, let's see what we've got here. Is that the same? No, it's not. Oh, that's right. Those were stickers that I had. All right, that's pretty. I'm thinking maybe gold along here. That would be nice. Pink. Is that rosy pink? That's similar but different. That one actually does fit there. All right. Pink, 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 pink. Why is this here? That needs to be with the red or the brown. Put it back with the red, okay. Alrighty, let's see. Cherries. Actually, that's got the pink and the red. That's cute. That does pull that out. I'm going to go for it. Why not? All right. Oh, I never put that other strip on this. It was on this one. Let me do that. I'll put it across the bottom. Or just here. Leave it off. All right. Oh, that's fun. I have green polka dots on the back side. Ooh, I like the green polka dots. All right. So let's cut this. This needs to be cut right there and right here. Alrighty, we got this. Perfect. Then we can glue that down. Just got off the phone with my mother, and she was all happy because one of the guys from church came over and helped her with her computer. She's always having computer problems because she pushes the wrong buttons and does the wrong thing, and she has a lot of fun trying to figure out. And I guess he was over there from 1 o'clock until a little after 3. So he was there for a good 2.5 hours. So yep, he finally figured it out. That's pretty. All right, and then that can go on there. Why not? All right, we got that one done. Pink, pink, and pink. Okay, pink scraps, gold scraps. I guess I didn't need that gold after all. All right, next we've got this one. And this is orange, pink, blue. So let's try the orange. Can we pull out some orange? That's a color I very rarely use. That one. That might do it. I've got this piece. That might look better. Oh, that looks better. Although this one pulls out that flower. Which do I like better? I think I like this one better. Okay. Alrighty, we will use this one. And that'll fit on there? Yes, it will. Let me put that marker back away. And we can mark on here. No wonder I'm feeling so cramped. I'm not putting stuff away. Silly me. Alrighty. There. Alrighty, let's get this on. That's pretty. Very nice, very nice. And I think I might leave the edge white. Or should I put this over here? Yep, that's the same size. Let's put it on there. Why not? Since it's cut already and it's the exact size that I need. There. Why not? That works. Okay, we've got another one almost done. Let's see, are there any other big ones? We've got this one down here. And this one is pink and silver. All right, that can go back in with the orange. That does have more orange to it. And that gray, that kind of matches. Because that gray matches. And the orange is in there and the yellow. I'm going to use that. All right. Well, hecky poo. Where do I want to use that side? I like this side better. Okay. Alrighty. So first we need to cut this. And then we need to cut this. Perfect. All right, then that can go on there. And then we need a little piece for over here. So I'll look in there and see if we've got a smaller piece. We probably do. Nice. And I think I'm going to do orange around. Do I have an orange one over here? No. I don't. But I do have orange up here. That'll work. Ta-da! Alrighty, put that one in there. That's pretty. Glue. Glue, glue, glue. Okay. Then I need something along the edge. So did I want to put a little strip of that, or is there something else in here? We usually do have some little skinny strips like this one right here. What's that? That one will match, and that one's thinner. All right, may as well use that one. Perfect. Nice. That's a good idea. Why not? Let's stick it on there. If it matches, it matches. Besides, it's just a tag with different colors anyway, so we may as well put it on there. Here, I'll stick it up farther. There. Ta-da! There, that makes it match really good. All right, now, next. Stick it up there, Barbara. All right, we've got 4 left. Perfect. Alrighty, this is blue and orange and white and yellow. Let's look in the blue. I'm sure I've got plenty of blue. Actually, yeah. That's not, this is the blue, okay. Blue I'm kind of running out of. Wow, I'm impressed, but I've been making a lot of blue cards lately, so that's good. All right, this one, it's not cut very even, but let's see. Ooh, that matches. All right, we're gonna use that. So we could put this on here. I like the freedom making these cards give me, because it's a different size card and I'm just trying to squeeze things on. And I like that, the feeling of freedom that it gives me, because I can do different things than my normal. Although I do a lot of different stuff all the time anyways, but it's nice to use a different size card. There, that's good. Alrighty. Okay, I think I want it over here, and I do like that up there. This will have to be 3D'd, and I can put some bling on there, so let's do that. My grandson and his stepdad are going to Cody's first concert ever. He's finally old enough to go to a Will Wood concert, and he is so excited. Yep. Alrighty. That's nice. Okay, now I need gems for in there. Maybe the orange. That would be pretty. Pull the orange out. I like that. And that definitely pulls the orange right out of there. That's for sure. Okay, and I want to 3D this up. Nice. That's fun. All right, then I need something along here. How about, will that match? Not really. Nope, nope, nope. That's gray. kind of, sort of does. Oop, hang on, what's that? Ooh, that pulls those colors out. I'm going to use a piece of that. All right. Let me cut a little strip off of that. 1/2 inch should do it. Voila. That's cool. I like that. Got to love it. Alrighty, nice. Then we've got 3 left. Woohoo. This one and this one. And this one. And then I can use this wrapper for something else. Next time I make some embellishments, I can refill that. That'll be nice. Okay, so we've got these 3. Whoops, that just fell. Where'd you go? Right there. Go there. All right, 3 more. So, again, we've got black and orange. Black would be nice for the background, and I've got a crap load of black. So, how about that will match? Okay, and that's torn already on that side. And these are torn. I think I'm going to do a torn one. Why not? Okay. So this is 3 1/4, so I need to cut it out. 3 inches. There. That'll fit, and then I just need to trim that off. So, I'm thinking, do I want to put this one on nice and straight and neat and tidy, or do I want to tear this edge off too and then put that torn piece over here? That might look neat, especially since I have to cut or tear that off anyways. So let's try it. All right, so right along that edge. There. That will work. That will work. Yes, it does. All right. That is so going to go on there. Nice. And then this one I'll stick this way. All right, that's neat. Now, do I want to tear this? I think I do. Just to follow along this tear line. Because I can. Why not? All right, I like that. This can go back in here. This can go on here. And I like that. Cool beans. All right, let's 3D this up. There. All right, we've got that one ready. Now these ones. Blue, green, and yellow. Where's a thick one? Oh, I've got lots of green. Let's pull some green out. All right. Blue, blue, blue. Or green, green, green. That matches. Ooh, that's blue and green. Ooh, that matches both the green and the yellow. That's even better. This one. That's got blue and greens and yellow. I think I like that one even better. All right, we're going to use that piece. All right, blue then green. All righty. So let's line this up on there. Yep, and that's perfect width. And then we just need to trim it down to go right here. And then trim it down to go about right here. That goes in with green. There and there. Ta-da! perfect, perfect, perfect. So what are you working on while I'm working on these? Are you just watching me, or are you working on something? If you're working on something, let me know what you're working on. That'll be fun to hear. Are you playing with your scraps? Are you finishing something? Are you starting from scratch? Are you starting with some embellishments like I did? All right, that's pretty. I like that. And that is so perfect. Alrighty, let's get that on there. Sometimes that's all you need, is just something like that, and then we can go back and add something else. All right, now we've got one more of these, and that's pink and silver. So I've got silver is where that's in this package here. Let's see, I've got that. Ooh, that's kind of funky. Some acetate. That was an acetate box. That's cool. Or I could turn it this way and just do part. Or do it over here and then do something else over here. That's an idea. What else? Let's see. Oh, that's so pretty. That does not go with that orange. And that needs to go in the blue. Not this. All right. Silver, silver, silver. I know I've got some silver in here. There's some silver. What's this? Oh, that's right. That's part of a card. And this should be with the brown. All right. Is there enough to do on both sides? I think there might be just enough. Let's see. Alrighty, now let's see. No, I'd have to cut it down a little bit. Is there another piece in there? Oh, that's right, I've got a piece of aluminum pan. That would work. I could even overlap it, and that would match it. I think I'm going to do that. Alrighty, let's do this. So this needs to be cut at 3 inches. There. And that will fit. And that definitely fits. And I could put that right there. And then I could put some more of that silver right there. Or do I want a piece of the iridescent? That would be pretty. All right, let me get these glued down first. Now, how am I going to get this to stick on there? On paper, paper, paper. Double-sided tape will do it. All right. Whoop. Do you ever have dreams of people from your past? I do a lot. All right, That's pretty. Now, I'm thinking, do the same thing. That side. Nope, that. All right, do it that way. Maybe if I do it on the edge, that would be better. I do it the right side? Nope, I did the opposite side. Alrighty, Barbara. I was wondering if I was going to do that. There. I'm trying not to do too wide of a border in case you can see it. And I'm trying to make them even. Alright. And then, maybe if I just do that. Will that fit on here? Yep, that should. All right. And then I need a piece here. Not on the paper. Down on the pad. Oh, perfect. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, there. Turn it around. There we go. All right, now one of them had it hanging off a little. This one. Voila. All righty. Now I can take this tape off. Make sure it's pressed down real good. There. Perfect. That's pretty. I like that. Okay, and then we can put this on there, and I think I'm going to have to use double stick tape on that too. So bring that back. Put that up at the top. And where'd that other piece go? Right here. Perfect. Perfect. All right, now this piece over here. So I need it to be about a ½ inch wide first. Put that back in there. And I need it to be that size. Now, what made me think of that? Oh my heavens, I just thought when I said that size, that it took me back when we were real little, and my brother was, oh, he would crack me and my sister up. Oh, I didn't trip it off enough. Silly me. All right. It's right here. Duh. But anyways, he'd be in our room at night, and we'd be whispering and telling silly things and just making each other giggle and laugh. And then Mom would say, okay, guys, it's time to go to your own rooms now. And so before he'd leave, we'd say, okay, close the door. And he'd say, okay. And we'd wait for him to do it. And then he'd stick his butt through the doorway, between the door and the door. So when the door opened like this, then he'd put his butt right here when the door was going to close. He'd stick his butt out into the room, and he'd close it. he'd go, there, I close it butt wide. It was so stupid, but it was so silly and funny. And we'd get laughing and laughing and laughing. And of course, watching her laugh, and I would be laughing, he'd be laughing, he'd go down the hallway and go in his room, and then we'd still be laughing, and then we could hear him laughing, and then he'd set us off again. And my mother would say, okay, kids, that's enough. And that would put us off even more. Oh, it was so silly. All right, so now we've got all these ones made up. So now let's go back and see if we need anything else on them, which we probably do. So what time are we at? 41 minutes. All right, so we've got about 15 minutes to finish these up. I can do that. All right, do I need anything else on here? Let's see. Let's look in let's look at the black. Let's look at the black here and see if there's anything in here that we can put on there. We have the word pray. We have a pair of glasses. We have thinking of you. Oops, I like thinking of you better. The glasses are funky. I like the glasses. Huh. I like it just like that. That's cool. Is there anything else that we could do instead? Let's see. What is that? That's a cow with flies flying around it. That is so silly. We've got a deer. Oh dear. That's pretty. We could put the deer on there. That would be pretty. And then the thinking of you. I think I like the deer better. I'm just going to go for it. Let's do it. Okay, let me zip this back up and put it back. All right. I like that. Yes, I do. Okay, and it's going to go on both. So it needs double stick tape and, all right, so where's that little piece of double stick tape? We'll put that right underneath the head. Perfect. And this is from Michelle Parker. Thank you, Michelle. All right, and then we need glue for the rest of it. No, because that's not going to glue on here. And plastic, it needs to be a strip of this. All right, so that's okay. I need a piece that's this wide. About there. All righty. And I want it along the bottom and up a little. So I want it over here and up there, and then I want it across the bottom here. How far? Ooh, it's a good thing I looked. All right, we're right there. Right down on the bottom. All right, good. All right, then we can put this on. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. You did a good job cutting that out, too. I'm impressed. Miss Michelle Parker. Okay, now the tape is down there, and I don't want to cover up the whole thing, but about right here looks good. All right. That's cool. Then I can trim this off. Ta-da! That's cool looking. I like that. And then we can put this here. Not too shabby. Let's do it. And I want to 3D this up. Good, good, good. That's pretty. I like the way that came out. All right, that one's done. Yay me. All righty, let's see what else we need to do. Oh, did this one need anything else? Let's see. Let's throw that away. Okay, yes. This needs some gold gems in here. So let's do that, or purple rather. Some purple bling. Purple, purple, purple. I see purple. Oh, right here. Or bigger. There's bigger right there. All right, we'll use that. Purple it will be. That's pretty. And maybe two wee little ones up there in that heart. That'll be pretty. Like so. That's pretty. And then I can, so I've got 3, and then I can do 2 more down here in the corner. I'll do 2 medium-sized ones. 1 and up. 2. That's pretty. All right, I like that. And I'll bring them up and show you close-ups of all of them when I'm done. Not to worry. All right, so this one. Let's see, what can we do to add to this one? How about the orange? Let's pull out the orange bag, and we can do something orange. All right, what do we have that's orange? Oh, I've got penguins. A pretty egg. What do they call them? Fabergé eggs. That's pretty. That doesn't really match. Okay, what else? Let's see, another thing. Oop, a bird. That's got more pink than orange. Good mood. That actually matches. That's funny. That would match. Let's see, I don't need any more tags. Happy Meow. A gnome. A Nomi. Nomi. I think he's too big. How about just, and that takes away from this, how about just the good mood and a pretty flower would be nice. Ooh, or I've got this. I could cut off and add underneath here. That would be pretty. Let me see about these flowers. I've got a toilet seat. Oops, I've got more little things in here. Let's see if I can find something else. Oh, and that's orange. I can use that. All right, I'm going to use that. Yep. That's orange. That's pretty together. I like it. Sorry, toilet seat, you'll have to be used another time. But that is so perfect. Alrighty, so let's get that down. And that looks like it's, oh, it is a sticker. Ha! Well, it's going to be stuck now. Somebody sent that to me. There. Isn't that pretty? That's nice. I'm not liking this with it. I think I need something different. Even though it matches. But a flower. How's a flower supposed to be in a good mood? That's just silliness. Let's see. Got this orange heart in here. Ooh, that matches. That matches. Got this. I love little bits like that. I could do that together. I kind of like that together. What is that? Oh, that's a string border. Okay. Nope, I don't need that. There's a little bow in here. Can I use the bow? No, that's too much. But I do like those two. So let's just go ahead and go for it. That'll be some more little orange things being used up. Nice. Okay, so let's get this down there. That's so pretty. It's shiny, so there's no way I could throw that away. And it's fun because there's dots punched out of it, which I probably did. And somebody sent this to me, this pretty paper, and it's just too pretty to throw away. That looks nice just like that. Does it need this? Is that too much? Maybe it's too much. I'm thinking maybe a word or something there. Yeah, that would be a nice idea. Let's find a word. All right, a little word. What's in here? Oh, those are just actual words. Okay, but we don't need those. How about in here? Peace, the word peace. That would be pretty. Ooh, my sweetie's down there cooking something. I can smell it. Oh, that's right. He took sausage out. He's going to make us some spaghetti for dinner. I'm so glad he likes to cook. I used to love to cook, and I like to bake better. And I had to cook when the girls were growing up, and Kevin was working. That's perfect. All right. And I don't have to anymore, so I like that. Do I want to punch out a wee little flower? Where's my cute little flower? I think it's this or this. That might be a heart. Yeah, that's all right. This one. It's yellow. Okay. Let's see. So it's nice not to have to worry about cooking anymore, especially since he enjoys it. That's cute. Piece and a little flower. All right, let's do that. That's nice. Why not? Ta-da! And the word peace. Peace, man. Oh, that's smelling yummy. That's a cute little card. I like that. Okay, we're done with that one. Next, black or orange. All right, let's pull that orange back out and let's see what we've got. Make some more of this orange pop out of here. Let me see. Ooh, we've got this. That's too big. Unless I did it that way. I have to 3D it up. That is so pretty. Ooh, I like that. That's pretty. Purdy. A llama? We could do a llama wearing red pajamas. Oops, there's another tag. We don't need a tag. We could put the penguin on walking away. That's kind of cute. Let's do that. Why not? Let's go for it. All right, I like these together. Alrighty, we're going to put some of this on. Christine Ward sent this pretty paper to me. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate it. That's just so pretty. Over here. There. Is that sticky all the way down? Nope, not quite. Ugh. Left a blob. Ugh. Ookie blobby. All right, there. Then we can trim this off. Put that back in there. Then we can trim this guy out and put him on. Alrighty. We are doing really good with timing. I guess I could get a little clock and put it right here so I could see it easier instead of having to stand up and look at my phone, because that tells me how much time we've done. But that's okay. There's always another day. Nice. Alrighty. Ta-da! Guess what? A penguin's butt. We could write that on there. Guess what? A penguin's butt. Now, my siblings would love that. That's cute. I like that. All right, then, are there any little words in here anywhere? Oh, we've got a pink flower in here, or an orange flower, rather. Come on. There, that's easier. Put that on there. Ooh. We're up here. Right there. All right, that is so going right there. That is perfect up there. All right. I like it. Okay, next. All righty, we've got this one. We've already got some flowers on there. Maybe just words. So let's look at our little words and see what we've got. How about thinking of you, thinking of you. I could trim that down and put that on. That would work. Or do I want this circle? I like this circle better. That scallop circle is rather pretty. All right, and I think I'll just glue it straight down. Ooh, that skitty sauce is smelling good. That's pretty. Okay, that one's done. That was easy one. Okay, now this one. Again, orange. I'm getting through some orange stuff today. That's nice. All right, what's that? A fuzzy wuzzy. Fuzzy wuzzy. Was a bear. Fuzzy wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? Nope. Oh, I could do some more of those flowers. Let's check that out. Why not? Where's the bigger one? Ooh, that's pretty. I could do that, and then a couple little flowers there. Is there another? Oh yeah, there's wee little ones way in there. All right. Maybe I could do 2 or 3 up here. That's too much. Maybe 1 right there and 2 up there. Okay, that looks cute. I like that. Woohoo! Very nice. See, now when I'm doing scraps, when I have little scraps left on my desk, when I'm done at the end of the day, then that's what I'll do, is I'll make little, whatever color I'm working on. Like this day I was obviously making orange stuff. So I've got little orange flowers. Perfect. I like that. Okay. And then this one already has word and a flower on there, but can we add something else? Like a butterfly would be nice. Let's do a butterfly. Let's see. I think maybe a black or that. I don't think I have a black or a blue, but I might have a gray. What is that? I see something swirling. Ooh, that's a butterfly. Ooh, oh, and that matches. That's got gold specks in it, and that does too. That is definitely going on there. Alrighty. Nice. Okay. Perfect. Somebody made that for me. If it was you, thank you. And that's cut out of some gorgeous, gorgeous paper. I don't want it to hang off there like that. That is pretty. I like that. Okay, and then we've got this one. And I believe Angela Adams made these little postage things for me. I love them. Okay, this needs something. Maybe some bling up here. And what was that? That was silver. Okay, put that back. Alrighty. Let's see. Green. Let's pull that green out. Right there? Nope, not that one. This is the one I thought I was pulling out. For that dark green. Yeah, I like that dark green better. Okay. So let's put one here. That's pretty. Nope, I want 2 up there. Yeah. Not sure. I don't like this one here. Maybe put it on that. On here. That's better. Okay. Alrighty. I like that better. That's pretty. Alright, so that one's done. How about this one? And then we're all done. Wow, I made it through this whole thing. That's cool beans. All right, so this needs something else. So something black on here. We have that other penguin, or what else do we have in here? Oh, we've got a porcupine. Oh, and he's got pink cheeks. Oh, he's so adorable. Or hedgehog. He's a hedgehog, not a porcupine. Right there. Oh, that's adorable. All right. What is that? A brush? I don't know what that is. A ball? I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. And that looks like a doggy brush. And that's a little dog or a fox. That might fit better. Yeah, that does. All right. We'll do that. That works. All right, now what else? Anything else up there? What's that? Oh, a kitty cat. Oh, that's funny. Joy. Oh, I like the cat much better. That's funny. Okay, the cat and the word joy. And what's that? A penguin? Guess he can go in that bag. Has some finding little doodles that I've thrown in here. A dress. What are these? Vellum pictures. More pictures. More little itty bitty stuff. Praying hands that won't work. What's this? Oh, a little chipmunk. But that would be too much. All right, that's getting to be too much. Oops, what's that? Joy and pray. Nope. But I do like something up in that corner. What about that? I like that. All right, we're going to do that. All righty, we're going to use the kitty cat. Meow, meow, meow. And that's perfect. And then I can get up and show you the outcome of all these and how adorable they are. And if you're the one who sent me this adorable cat, thank you. I've been saving him forever because he's so cute, and I hate to use him because then he's gone. But that's okay. At least he's being used now. Ta-da! There, turn that over. And that's why I save things like even just a little square, because sometimes you just need something right there. That is cute. And then we need some bling. So how about just some plain silver bling? That'll work. Oh, a strip of 3. A strip of 2 on his neck. That would be cute. Let's put 2 on his neck for a little necklace. That's cute. That's fun. And then the strip of 3 can go up in this corner, up and down. Right there. That is cute. All right, I'm pleased with that. All righty, now it's time for show and tell. That's the real fun part. I love going back through and seeing everything. Okay, so we're 1 hour and 3 minutes. So here's the kitty cat one. Here's the deer. Here's the heart. Here's the rose. That is gorgeous. See, those are my colors. Those nice warm colors. The penguin. That's so pretty. The thinking of you with the flowers. More flowers. And the gorgeous butterfly. And cherries. And look at this. Isn't that pretty? That stamp with the eagle and the flag. All right, so do you have a favorite out of these? I think my favorite is the rose with the piece. So if you've got a favorite, let me know. And that's always fun to hear. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.